the codex of inference relight to. In a time and space far removed from the ordinary, there existed three supernatural beings, each imbued with powers that defied comprehension. These beings were not mere legumes, but rather vessels of profound cosmic wisdom and infinite potential. They were named Elias the human being, a being of flesh and blood, gifted with the empathy and resilience of humanity. Zephyra, the spiritual dimension traveler being, a spectral entity that roamed freely through the myriad dimensions of existence. Kronos, the time traveler being, a master of temporal pathways, able to traverse the past, present, and future with ease. Together they carried the code of influence, a set of ancient and esoteric scripts that held the power to shape destinies and alter the course of history. This code was a blend of all the world's scriptures, including wisdom from the divine, the infernal, and the mystical, making it a unique and unparalleled force. Elias, the human being, was tasked with spreading fragments of the code of influence among humanity. He traveled from bustling cities to remote villages, leaving traces of the code in the hearts and minds of those he encountered. One day he arrived in a small village on the brink of despair. The crops had failed and the villagers were losing hope. Elias met Clara, a young woman who dreamed of becoming a healer. He saw the spark of potential in her and shared a fragment of the code, which resonated with the ancient wisdom of healing arts. This newfound knowledge filled Clara with determination and courage. She began to experiment with herbs and ancient remedies, eventually discovering a cure for the villagers' ailments. Clara's success brought hope and prosperity to the village, and she became a revered figure, known for her compassion and skill. In realms unseen by mortal eyes, Zephyra, the spiritual dimension traveler being, floated through dimensions that mirrored human dreams, fears, and aspirations. Her presence was like a gentle breeze, influencing the course of events in ways that were subtle yet profound. One such dimension was the realm of lost souls, where spirits wandered in search of purpose and meaning. Zephyra encountered a soul named Elian, who had forgotten its purpose and wandered aimlessly. She shared a piece of the code of influence with Elian, igniting a deep sense of remembrance. Elian's spectral form began to glow with a radiant light, and it regained its purpose as a guardian of the dream realm. Elian's return to purpose brought balance and harmony to the dimension, and the dream realm flourished once more. Kronos, the time traveler being, had the most delicate task of all. He journeyed through the fabric of time, placing segments of the code of influence at pivotal moments in history. His first stop was ancient Egypt, where a young scribe named Imhotep was on the brink of a groundbreaking discovery in medicine. With a careful touch, Kronos placed a fragment of the code in Imhotep's hands. This fragment contained ancient knowledge of healing and mummification, which Imhotep used to revolutionize medical practices in Egypt. His discoveries laid the foundation for medical advancements that would benefit humanity for millennia. Kronos then traveled to the Renaissance period, where he found Leonardo da Vinci, a polymath with a relentless curiosity. He shared a piece of the code with Leonardo, inspiring him to create works of art and inventions that would transcend time and continue to inspire generations. As the journeys of Elias, Zephyra, and Kronos continued, they began to notice a pattern. The fragments of the code of influence were guiding humanity toward a pivotal convergence. They realized that their efforts were part of a grand design to awaken the latent potential within every being and dimension. And in the modern era, the three beings reunited in a world that was on the verge of profound transformation. The code fragments they had placed throughout history began to resonate, creating a symphony of influence that bridged the past, present, and future. One day, a global gathering of thinkers, leaders, and visionaries took place. The air was charged with anticipation, and the stage was set for a momentous event. At the heart of this gathering, Clara, Elion, now inhabiting a mortal form, and a descendant of Imhotep stood together. Unbeknownst to the attendees, they carried the essence of the code of influence within them. As they spoke, their words resonated with the wisdom of ages. The audience was moved to tears, inspired to action, and filled with a sense of unity and purpose. This gathering marked the beginning of a new era, one where humanity and the spiritual realms coexisted in harmony, and the potential for greatness was realized in every soul. Just as the world seemed to be on the cusp of enlightenment, a cataclysmic event unfolded. The sky darkened, the earth trembled, and a sense of impending doom swept across the globe. It was as if all the forces of chaos had been unleashed simultaneously, threatening to unravel the very fabric of existence. In the midst of this chaos, a blinding light erupted from the heavens, enveloping the entire planet. It was a light so brilliant and pure that it transcended all understanding. For a moment, time stood still, and all was silent. When the light faded, the world appeared as if nothing had ever happened. Buildings stood tall, landscapes were untouched, and life continued as normal. However, there was a strange feeling of amnesia that blanketed humanity. People knew that something profound had occurred, but they couldn't recall the details. Their minds had been wiped clean of the cataclysmic event, leaving only fragmented memories and a sense of unease. Over the following weeks, the remaining bits and pieces of memory faded away entirely. People returned to their daily lives, and the event became nothing more than a vague, forgotten dream. It was as if the cataclysm had never existed. The code of influence remained in the hands of Elias, Zephyra, and Kronos. Though the world had forgotten the cataclysmic event, the three beings knew that their mission was far from over. They were determined to uncover the truth behind the blinding light, and to understand if it was indeed a divine intervention or something else entirely. The chronicles of the supernatural beings became a timeless tale, whispered in legends and celebrated in stories. Elias, Zephyra, and Kronos continued their work, unseen but always present, guiding the world toward a future where the light of wisdom and compassion shone brightly. As that is all that remains from the event, not knowing where the story came from. The End, by Derek J. Bainbridge.